Got the message that it's being recorded.
No, that was it. I was gonna have you just send it over to her through Zoom.
Gotcha.
Okay, I
So
think
this is the strawberry one that I'm doing right now.
yeah, I'm about to show them her real quick while I am got it. It's being recorded and streamed. Okay, and then what is happening? MTS.
Okay, I think like I mentioned before, hopefully this was, I'm not gonna add, we could add food dye to give it stronger colors. I'm not
Cooking class.
using food dye. So I'm gonna just go ahead and kind of keep folding this in. Okay. Whoop. Whoop. And now, okay. Okay, so I'm folding things in. I know you all are muted. I assume you all are working and stuff. I'm gonna keep going. So this is a strawberry set. I'm not adding any food dye to this. So I'm gonna just kind of keep this kind of like the all natural color, kind of keeping it nice and simple. I'd say add the food dye if you want the nice bright pink Dango. Just not feeling like food dye today. So we have our 3 different sets: strawberry, matcha, and our plain white rice flour one. We're gonna go ahead, get my hands a little nice and wet, move this bowl aside, kind of keep them each covered. Now we're gonna split these into 4 equal parts. You can see I could probably work the strawberry one a little more because my strawberry flour was kind of chunky. I actually need this a little bit more to kind of get those chunks all in. If you have strawberry flour and you have it like sitting around for a bit, it'll kind of clump up over time. So all right, so we're going to want to split these into equal portions. We want 4 of them. They're roughly going to be 20 to 25 grams each. If you don't have a measuring scale, you could just go ahead, eyeball it again and kind of get them close enough. The important thing is to have them roughly the same size because they're going to go into our pot of boiling water, which I have back here. And we'll move over there once we have it all set up. Because you want them all to cook at the same time. They're just all going to kind of go in there in sets. So we'll start with our matcha set. And as it sits, it will dry some. So you want to make sure your hands are moist and you're kind of keeping everything wet as you're working with it. So let's split them into like 20-ish. 3, 24. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take one and with my hands, just kind of keep them. I have a small amount of water here that I keep like wetting my hands with. And we're going to go ahead and just kind of form this into a nice little round ball. I'm just kind of rubbing it between my 2 palms to make sure it is nice and round. I'm just going to repeat that with all of these. Again, constantly keeping my hands nice and wet to kind of be able to work with this. Next one. Again, I'm so sorry. My computer earlier today was like, hi, I'm going to do some Windows updates and kind of sit in the background. And I guess it decided to not listen to me not saying don't restart. I think it might have restarted because of that. You gotta love Windows doing things that you don't want it to do. Okay, and then our last one for the matcha set, and we're gonna repeat it with the other three doughs. Before I touch the white one, I'm gonna make sure, actually in between each one, you should kind of make sure to wash your hands because I have bits of matcha here and I don't want that color kind of transferring between each one. Okay. So now we're going to take our strawberry one. Kind of split them into 4. Actually getting it like, nope, nope. The first 2 right away were like, yeah. Okay. This one's a little moist compared to the other one, so I don't need to wet my hands too much to kind of bring these together. Actually, like I see, kind of going to work it a little bit. And hold on, I'm seeing like my cameras are darker than they should be. There, it'll at least brighten that up a little bit. Okay. Okay, and then kind of folding this one on itself. I mean, it into a round ball. I feel like the strawberry ones are a little wetter than I want them to be. If they're kind of starting to sag, so I might have to add a little bit more flour into them. Because even if it's the freeze-dried strawberry powder, it could have had a little bit of moisture in there because again, it's an older one that I had. We'll leave that there. I'm gonna wash my hands one more time just to make sure nothing. It's not too bad. Okay. No strawberry pieces kind of sitting around. 22, 22. And this one ended up being like way too big. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll these up too. All right, and then after we're done with these, I'm gonna have to see if so I had my stuff all set up. So there might be a minor moment of the stove camera not working right away. I might have to set that up, but we'll see. So I know like the prep time in the book says about 45 minutes, but I like to add a little extra time for less experienced individuals in the kitchen. I guess like today, including the the technical issues, we will be hitting that 45 minutes of prep time. So it all works out. So all of them are set. As I've mentioned, they kind of are sitting here. The only ones these might need a little more flour, so we might have to work that in between sets. We divided them and they're ready to get placed into the boiling water. What we're going to do is we're going to make sure we do the white one first, because as you cook like the powder and the color will kind of like incorporate into the water that you're boiling there. So we'll just do it that way. So we're going to add them in. We're going to stir it. Let me wash my spatula real quick. And let's see if this camera works. It does. All right. So as I mentioned, I have boiling water already kind of going. I do want to set on the side before I start this another bowl. So I have this bowl here. this bowl. I'm going to put water in here and some ice cubes because the moment it's done cooking, we want to transfer it into there to immediately halt any cooking progress that's happening. We don't want the dango to get overcooked and become very mushy. We want them to be nice and chewy. So putting that on the side, I will actually put the white ones in right now. Boop, boop, boop. Put these in. And then with the spatula, I'm going to kind of make sure that they don't stick to the bottom. And I'm going to start a timer for 3 minutes. We'll know when they're done once they come up to the top and are starting to float. That's kind of the indicator that, hey, it's done. It doesn't need to cook anymore. So we're just going to kind of wait on that for a moment. Throwing in some ice cubes into the bowl that I set on the side here. Because I'm down here in Houston, it does tend to get a little hotter in like the general rooms. So I try to add it a little extra just to make sure that it all doesn't melt immediately on me. Okay, while that's going, I could keep an eye on it on the computer here. Right? Actually, no, probably fine. I don't think we need to work with those anymore. I'm going to go ahead and again, just kind of give them a little bit of a tap just to make sure they're not sticking at the bottom. It's usually that initial like placement that they might stick. So you just want to be careful with that. Let me make sure what other thing. Turn that down so it's a little more visible and turn off that. Bye. Also just make sure that there's not much left to do. So still we're gonna go a little over. So once they start to float, they're done. We're gonna transfer them there, and then they need to cool for about 2 minutes. And then we're gonna set them up on our skewers. And then one important thing when you're working in your kitchen, kind of try and keep up with the dishes a little bit, at least moving things towards the sink and kind of like trying to stay a little organized, because I've made huge mistakes where I've worked on 3 or 4 recipes in a day and then my kitchen's a mess and I was not keeping up with it and cleaning as I was going. It just makes for a nicer evening later on. Otherwise, you just have tons of dishes and it's not fun. You'll be sitting there for a very long time. Okay. Looking like they're going to need more towards the 4-minute timer. So I'm going to give it another minute on this one. And if you all want, while we're like waiting on each of the like steps to finish cooking through these, I know you all are muted on there. If we want to do any of the raffle stuff right now, I think that would probably be a good time. I'm a little hesitant to like do it on my end just because I'm worried my computer's going to explode again. See, I have flour everywhere now in the kitchen. Just a little working with flour and then your hands get it all stuck and you're like, oh no. These are close. All right, they're starting to float in a little longer. And see, I mentioned it's so hot here. Like I put, these were huge cubes and now they're little tiny things that are gone. I'll probably have to add more ice into it. Actually, these are getting really close to being done. They just needed a little longer. So probably the smarter idea would have been not putting it directly by the stove where it's hot. And okay. So these are like already kind of starting to float, have the nice texture. I'm going to go ahead and transfer these. The next one we'll do is probably the strawberry ones. So we'll get those going. We'll see if it doesn't dye it too much. We could also probably add our matcha ones. The main thing I was concerned about was the white ones. I definitely want them to be that nice bright white color there, just so it didn't get muddled and matched with the other ones. Okay, so that's all there. I'm gonna put timer for 4 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and put the matcha ones in there too, just to kind of speed things up a little bit. And as these cook too, you'll notice the color kind of darkens a little bit. So that's just something to keep in mind. So if it looks really, really bright when you're first like kneading it and working with it, do not fear. The food coloring is not necessary for this to make them that beautiful bright colors. And then yeah, okay. This is not going to have anything going on, so we'll just do these two cameras for right now. Okay. So we're going to wait on these to float. I don't know. Oh, but I see a chat here. I see that you sent, okay, so I'm going to just say this. I see that you said link to wheel price generator. I don't see unless it got emailed to me. Yeah, if I can get the link, that would be great. And I could see if I could try doing this. Hopefully no exploding computers right now. That would be great. See, and as you can see here, as it's kind of cooking, the coloring is definitely kind of getting a little muddled. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We're going for delicious. Excellent. Let me see. So here we go. Let me open this here. Let me set up a Windows capture. Okay. Whoop. Like, here we go. We'll just do this here. So, Okay. Should I just go ahead and spin it? I can't hear. You guys are muted. So I'm not sure which prize you want to do first, or just let me know and then I will hit the button.
Hi, Victoria. Please go ahead. I'm sorry, we were muted. Sorry for the delay. Whenever you're
No.
ready, we have some winners that are ready to win.
Okay.
Okay.
So everyone can see this. So I'm going to, I was going to click on OBS like that was my window. Okay. So where did it go? Here it is. So we're going to click to spin. And so here we go. Our winner is Molly. Congratulations, Molly.
Okay, we have one more, Victoria, if you could do it one more time.
Should I hit remove or just close?
Close it.
Okay. 1 second timer. That needs another minute. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, click it again. And then Harambe. There you go. Congratulations.
Thank you, Victoria. I'm just going to go ahead and let you take back over and I'll give the winners their prizes.
Okay,
We
excellent.
appreciate you. Molly, I know is eyeballing your cookbook set and that's what she's going to win. So I'm going to take a picture of her with it.
Yay.
You.
And then Molly has to let me know eventually what recipe she decides she's going to make. All right, so these are about done. See, our strawberry one's got a little sad. So this is what happens when you kind of stress cook and you're like, oh no, I got to get everything done. Oh no, the computer exploded. But here we are. Whoop, whoop. And then you lose one to the floor. Today is a day. Can't have that one now because with a dog in your house, you kind of just end up with a lot of dog fur. So counter. So here they are. They're kind of chilling. We're going to let them chill for about 2 minutes. I lost a matcha one. I don't know if anyone has any questions that they might want to ask before we kind of basically finish up and skewer these together. And again, so sorry for the technical difficulties, but that's the joy of streaming things from time to time. I think I will go. Yeah, we need to let this cool for like a minute or two. Got to behave myself. Well, I know this is kind of like a chaotic, quick put together stream. But I just wanted to show you how easy something like this could be, that you could put together. The more difficult part might be finding some of the specific ingredients than actually putting it all together. These you should serve immediately after you've like made them because they're best fresh, because I'm not letting it rest for too long. And yeah. And then our last one, the strawberry one, I probably should have died, but here we are. And then this is one of the dongos. I should have grabbed the plate. I'm going to put that right back in there. Just to have the rest.
I'm muting one more time, Victoria, just to let you know we all think those look adorbs.
You. No, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I don't know if there's any questions or anything else.
I'm going to take you back off of mute on our side, and I'm
please
open the panel up. Any questions from anyone? Any questions? Any questions about any other recipes? Is that allowed too? Any other questions about upcoming books that you have? I know you have some other books coming out.
When is the Animal Crossing book?
Okay.
Oh, I wish.
Okay, let me see. Let me verify that real quick. I know you have. Is that one on the Richter scale? I think I was mentioning that because I think Alicia's talked to me about. You have a few of them coming up.
So I do have a few coming up. I actually have copies of them because that's the wrong book. So next week, actually this coming Tuesday, I have the official Halo cookbook coming out.
Oh, that one seems to be very anticipated. It looks delicious.
Yeah, no, so there's a lot of interesting foods. I know a lot of people like to say Halo, there's no food in that game. Sure, Master Chief might not be eating food, but there are a lot of citizens throughout like the galaxy that are eating food. And if you play through the games, you'll actually notice that there's a lot of menus on each of the levels. And then I think the one that people are going to be very excited about, this one comes out in October, is
Oh,
a
yes, that's the one. Yes, yes.
this is the one that I know a lot of people are going to be really excited about. There are some really cute, it's my interpretation of foods that could be related to
Oh,
Pokemon.
very
I
nice.
have some Drifloons. There are some like less iconic Pokemons. I had fun with it. I mean, Stunfisk is in here. No respect for Stunfisk in general, but I love them. So yeah, there's a lot of unique ones. And that's what I have announced right now. I'm always working on things, but I can't say anything about things that aren't currently out in the public eye. But if there's a game you really like the food from, you can always feel free to contact me because I do have a food blog. It's Pixelated Provisions, where there's a lot of free content. So I do have some Animal Crossing recipes there.
All of your information will be available on the FanFest website as well. And I know
Yeah.
you all know how to get in touch with Alicia, so she knows how to contact directly. But if you want any of your information, it'll be on the website as well. We do appreciate you. Those really delicious. We wish you could have had you in-house maybe next time too. Looks delicious. We really, really appreciate you for coming. You do have a nice crowd here. I can't really show you their faces, but they are excited and happy. Just so you know, you heard the feedback on them. We do appreciate you again. Anybody got any other last questions, comments? We do look forward to your next cookbooks, and we will all be checking out because she does have a YouTube channel, correct? I've seen those. And like she said, she shares recipes. So any information for contact, we'll have it available on our website too. So thank you again, Victoria. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you all for being here.
Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the summer, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the FanFest today.
Have
I'll
a
see you
wonderful
next
rest
time,
of your
Victoria.
day. Bye.
Hi. I don't know why I wave, but I hope you see, I hope you see me waving. Take care, Victoria.
Bye.
All right, very nice. That was nice.